Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into some hilarious stories. She would silently pray to be the lucky one whose name would be called out after the show, hoping to erase the guilt in her heart. She eagerly anticipated forgetting the past and starting afresh, as time flew by unknowingly. Finally, one day, she heard her name on the radio, oh yeah. But when she got outside, she realized the outside world hadn't changed at all, still the same chaotic traffic and rushing crowds. She thought she'd be able to face her past head-on, but it turned out her emotions were still tangled up. Clearly, her history would be a pain she couldn't erase from her heart. Surrounded by unfamiliar faces, she felt like a ghost hanging on the edges of fate. She felt so out of place until one day she walked into a bakery and heard the same old radio show, which finally had a new host. This bizarre twist of fate reignited hope in her dreary heart, and after seeing a help wanted sign, she boldly decided to work at the bakery. She thought she'd greet her new life under a new identity. Little did she know her good looks would draw a crowd of girls. As a result, the bakery business flourished, even though the arrival of these girls clearly boosted the sales. However, Maisie wasn't thrilled. She shot daggers at the girls as if marking her territory like a little angry cat. Unbeknownst to her, feelings for the handsome guy started to brew in her heart. They'd taste test the baker's new donuts together, sitting by the door while listening to the chat outside. On Christmas, they decorated the Christmas tree together. Just when they were getting closer, a surprise hit. A friend unexpectedly discovered he was working at the bakery. What a surprise. He immediately rounded up the crew to come hang out, causing a ruckus as they stubbornly refused to leave. Their over-the-top antics not only disrupted business but also rubbed Maisie and her sister the wrong way. To shoo them away, he had to ask his sister for an advance on his paycheck. Watching him zoom away on his friend's motorbike, Maisie felt a bad premonition. He might never come back, sure enough. During that night, an unexpected accident occurred. While dining with friends, he suddenly remembered the friend who had passed. As they bowed their heads in sorrow, they were mocked by a passing customer. "What are you guys? A bunch of criminals." "What are you doing?" "Such criminals." Although he didn't want trouble, he lost his cool when reminded of his friend, leading him back to juvenile detention. That night, Maisie waited at the bakery for a long time, filled with unease. Her earlier intuition proved right during his disappearance. A financial crisis swept the world, and the bakery faced the consequences. Eventually, they had to close. Maisie had to support her family and save the bakery. After graduation, she had to work at a printing press instead of pursuing her writing dreams. Although busy every day, she never gave up writing, squeezing in every minute to hone her craft. Time flew by, and years later, when he got out, the first place he rushed to was Maisie's bakery. However, he discovered that it was already closed. He had completely and utterly lost all touch with Maisie. He took a job as a mover at a local company, hoping to see her again someday. Every day after work, he'd pause in front of the bakery, reminiscing about those brief yet joyful moments. Maybe it was destiny, or perhaps people destined to be together could sense each other. One day, while escorting an elderly man home, he unexpectedly bumped into Maisie at the bakery. The reunion stirred intense emotions, leaving them momentarily speechless. He asked Maisie to wait while he took the elderly man home. The thought of finally catching sight of her once more made him dash swiftly, coming to a shy halt like a deer when he finally spotted Maisie. Their reunion after so long made them both ecstatic. It felt like they had endless topics to discuss. Though 3 years had passed since their last meeting, their feelings had only intensified. However, just when their feelings were blossoming, he dropped the bomb that he'd be enlisting the next day. The fleeting reunion didn't dampen their joy, as they cheerfully shared updates. Maisie, filled with reluctance, invited him over to her rented accommodation. "I thought he wouldn't come back." I waited a little while, still holding on to hope. After a moment of silence, he finally revealed the reason for his abrupt departure, realizing he desperately wanted to return to the bakery. But that night's chaos happened so quickly he barely had a chance to say goodbye. As they shared feelings, their bond tightened invisibly as they clasped hands tightly.